In this episode, we are going to make an isolated living room like this. And this image was created by the Stable Diffusion. So something in this image is a little bit jaggy, but that's okay. We can guess what it is. For example, there is a clock on the wall, a picture frame on the wall also, and on the right side there are 3 light bulbs and some sofas in the center, and a couple of desks here, and there's another window on this side. So that's it. Let's get started. First, I'm going to make an area that could be used as this living room. So I'm going to decide how big is that living room. Then I move this cube up a little bit above the grid. Delete 3 faces from here and here and here. We hit delete to delete them. Next, let's reverse the normal. Go to mesh display, reverse. Reverse the normal like this. Maybe let's lower the wall a little bit, so it won't look like that tall, that high. Okay, this is the base of our living room. And this is my reference image. I put it aside and compare with this image and figured out what we are going to make. Let's start with about this desk. It looks easy. But before I create the desk, I'm going to make this model. I put this model into a layer and lock it so that I won't select it accidentally. I select this model and I create a layer by clicking this button. I just create the layer. Double click on the name and rename it as the maybe wall. Our living room base. And click save to save the name. Now, if you click on and off of this button, that's the visibility of this model, of this layer actually, of this layer. And this model is under this layer. So if I click off the visibility, the model is gone. But I can turn it back by turning on the visibility here. And in this checkbox, if I click once, it shows T for template mode. Under template mode, the model will look like wireframe. It's a transparent wireframe like this. If I hit the checkbox again to go to the reference mode, now we can see the model, but we cannot select it. We can still use that as our reference to compare with that image and decide where to put every furnitures. So let's create another cube. Scale that. I'm not going to make like 1% looks like the image here, but I will try my best to make it close to this image. So we finished the desktop here. Now we still need 4 legs for this table. So create another cube. I always isolate the models which I'm going to model I'm working on so that I won't get confused by other models. So I'm going to select these two models and hit ISO select and just focus on these two models here. So that's the leg of the desk. Go to top view, hit 4, then place the desk maybe right side here. Then let's go to front view, put it up a little bit and drag the vertex down until it touches the ground. And we can also scale that to make it look more interesting, like this. Go back to object mode, Control D to duplicate it, move it to left. Of course, we can tilt it from the top view and put it into the right place. Let's group these two legs, Control G, and yeah, the pivot is in the center, so that's easy for us to mirror it. Control D to duplicate this group and put a -1 on scale Z. So -1 on scale Z to mirror this group. Open the outliner and see where the table group is. I think it's under here. This is the legs and this is the desktop. So let's group these three together, Control G, and name it table 01, because there are 3 tables here and I'm not going to remake them. I'll just to twist them a little bit to make another new table. So that's the table 1. Let's clear the ISO select view. Maybe it's just too big, so I lowered the scale like this. Then I go to freeze transformation to freeze this transformation, to go back to the 000. Control D to duplicate the table group, make the table 2. This time let's rotate it along y-axis to 90 degrees. I'm going to make this table here, and this table looks wider, so select this table desk, the desktop, make it wider. And oh, by the way, you can select one of the model here and hit F under outliner. It will take you to that model we just selected, and you can see it's under group 1. But actually, I think I should move these 2 legs aside a little bit and make these 2 legs. If you want to do it precisely, you got to mirror mirror these 2 legs. But I just make things more not that complicated. Okay, so I just copy them, move them, and that's table 2. And actually, I should do some bevels for the table so it looks better. So let me select table 1, and it's better to bevel it before you duplicate it, otherwise you would do it twice. Yep. So select the table here, go to edge mode, select all edges, then go to Modern Toolkit, bevel. put a number under frictions, for example 0.15. Alright, and as these 4 models, the legs, also we hit F8 to go to the component mode and go to face mode. That select the top face here. We don't need them, so I deleted them, and I select all the other edges. Go to bevel, and also put the number 0.15 under frictions. It's only changed the first one, I think, or the last model I selected, so it didn't change the other 3 of them. So I think I have to do it one by one. So that's okay. 0.15. So you'll see how important it is to do some commands before you duplicate them. So table 1 is finished. It looks better. We'll do the same thing for table 2. Bevel it. Then select legs. Go to component mode and go to face mode. Select all the face above those legs and delete. Next, let's do it one by one. Let's bevel it one by one. Go to bevel. We can hit G to repeat the commands we just did. G, repeat the command. Put 0.15 here. G. 0.5. Okay. Actually, let me save the file first. Let's go it living room. .01 MA. Okay. And duplicate the table 2. Control D, duplicate it, move it aside, and, but actually this one is smaller than this one. But if I scale it down like this, it will make the proportion looks differently and make the proportion weird. So this time I'm going to use another method. I go to vertex and change the size by adjust the position of the vertex to make it shorter, and then move these 2 legs backward a little bit. And maybe make it longer. And select these 2 legs. Check them from the top view to make sure these 4 legs, they are placed evenly under the table. Okay, it looks alright. I think I should make this room a little bit bigger. So I should unlock the reference mode. so that I can select the models here. And here's another trick. Hold D to go to pivot mode, and hold V to snap to vertex, and snap this vertex, this pivot to the vertex here. Use your middle mouse to drag this pivot to this vertex. Then release all your buttons. So now when you scale the room, it was scaled based on this vertex here. And we won't change the position. So it's more convenient for us to model. Okay, scale that up a little bit, and lower these 3 vertex down again. And let's lock the layer again. Okay. Let's place a clock on the wall over here. So I think I should start from the basic shape with the cylinder. Click the cylinder and move it higher. Rotate it by 90 degrees. And scale it down along the y-axis. Make it bigger. Maybe I need more sections along the edge. So I put down maybe 40. I double it. Yeah, I put down 80 under the subdivision axis to round edge, and then I move the clock back until it touches the wall. You can insert into the wall a little bit. It's okay, but don't make it float like this. There's some empty space between them. Yep. So be careful. You can just insert the clock into the wall a little bit. And I think I have to delete the edges here to make it easier to extrude, and then do some following editing. Let me hit 4 to go to a wireframe mode. Select the edges here and just delete them. It will clear the edges, but it won't delete the face. It just clear the edge. Then go to face mode, select the face here, and go to the modeling toolkit. Extrude it and adjust the offset around 0.15. Then let's extrude it again. This time, let's put it inside. Next, select the face here. Well, I need a center point over here so that I can snap something on the vertex, and I do some editing stuffs. So select this face, go to Edit Mesh, Poke, and poke this face again. Now we start to see the edges, and there is a center point here. This is the center of the face, or the center of this clock. Let's create a small cube. Okay, then move this cube up. Turn on the wireframe shaded. Hold down V to go to the snap to vertex mode, and drag this box close to the center point that we just created here. Then move it up a little bit. right here. What I'm going to do right now is to make the marks on the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 11. And this is a 12. But I'm not going to put the numbers on it. I just use a simple models to act as the number. Hold down D to go to pivot edit mode, and hold down V to go to the snap to vertex mode. Move the pivot down to snap to the center point of this clock. Then let's freeze transformation for this model. Go to modify freeze transformation. Let's see. Okay. And now I'm going to make the other 11 models around this clock. And I can use the duplicate special command by select the model and go to edit, duplicate special, and go to the dialog box. I'm going to make a copy and rotate it along Z axis about 30 degrees. And I want to make 11 copies of them. Each of them will rotate 30 degrees based on the last one. So put 11 under this box here and check that rotate 30 degrees on rotate Z axis. And we want to make copies. Click duplicate special. And all of a sudden we make 12 marks on the clock. Next, let's make the hands of the clock, the minute hand and the hour hand. Let's start from the minute hand. Go to front view. Well, I'll correct the minute hand here and then move it to the center of the clock. That would be easier. I'm going to introduce you a new tool called Create Polygon tool to create the minute hand and the hour hand. The tool is under Mesh Tools, Create Polygon. Click this command and you're in Create Polygon tool right now. And your cursor turns into a cross. Now if you click on the grid, you can create a polygon. I'll randomly create the polygon for you to show you how it works. First, let's place the first vertex here, and next one, and next one. Once you create the third vertex, it creates a triangle for you. That's the basic of the polygon surface. Remember? You can keep on clicking until you think it's finished, and then hit enter. Then you create a polygon surface. Like this, but it looks reversed, so you have to reverse it from mesh display reverse to reverse it. What if we click it in counter clockwise? Like, let's do it again. Mesh tool, create polygon, and this time let's go this way, counterclockwise, and hit enter. Okay, the polygon face we just created is faced to us. We don't have to reverse it again. Okay, so it's about the direction you click. Okay. So correct. You can use Y to activate the last tool we just used. So hit Y to activate the create polygon tool again. And correct it clockwise, make a reversed poly surface. If you click in counterclockwise direction, make the surface face to us. Okay, that's the difference. Keep that in mind. So now go to front view. I'm going to correct the hands of clocks. Just use Y to go to the last tool we just used, and hold down X to snap it on the grid. So I can make the vertex more precisely. Okay, this time about here or here. Okay, maybe here. Enter. And let's adjust the shape because it looks ugly right now. Reverse it. The pivot is over here. I have to center it by go to modify center pivot. Then hold down D and hold down V. Snap the vertex to this vertex, actually this one. And we are ready to mirror it. Go to Mesh Mirror, the dialog box. By default, the mirror axis is X and the mirror direction is negative. But let's check the directions where we are going to mirror. That's the Y axis, and we are going to mirror this geometry into the negative Y directions based on its pivot. So we have to change the settings here. The mirror axis position, change it from the word to object. And the mirror axis should go to Y, negative, and hit mirror. But wait, it looks different. It looks weird. It should mirror the object, but right now we just get a line here. Why? Well, that's because the merge threshold is too high. Let's put a very small number here. For example, 0.001. Enter. And now we can see the model. Mesh threshold, it decides how long the two vertices should be merged together after they are mirrored. So if we get a too big number here, it will merge them automatically. And apparently, 5 is too large because the unit here is only like 2 units here, and we put 5 here, so it merged everything. But by putting the very low number here, we'll make sure everything goes right. No vertex will be merged, except the center here. We should merge the vertex here after we do the mirror. So I got one of the hands. Let me scale it down a little bit. Maybe make it longer. Add some more decorations before we make another hand. So use multi-cut. Maybe hold down Shift to add some cuts. And here, let's connect these two vertex together. Hit enter. Here. I'm fixing the topology right now. Now we can add more details by holding down Control and the middle mouse click or the left mouse click to place more like cut. Then let's go to vertex mode and okay, adjust them. The more vertex you add, the more detail you can correct, but the heavier the model will be, so be careful. I don't think we need too much details for the clock hands here, so I think that will be enough for right now. So this one. Okay, move this hands to here, scale down. Let's hold V to snap to vertex and move this model snap to the center point here. And then move it out a little bit. Extrude it to give it a thickness. Control D, duplicate that, and then rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, and make it shorter. Finally, let's add the cylinder. Also, move that cylinder close to the clock. Rotate it 90 degrees. Scale it down and move it. Hit V to snap to vertex and snap to the center point here. Make sure it didn't snap to the right vertex. Yep, here. Then that should be okay. All right, let's group everything together. Let's group everything together. Go to Outliner and select the part of the clock. Make sure I didn't select the other actual models which doesn't belong to the clock. Take all of them. Ctrl G to group them. Name it clock. Maybe center the clock group pivot. Go to center pivot. Center the pivot, and now you can place everywhere you want. Let's compare with the image. Okay, so I think it should be around here. Okay, we'll put another window frame here later on. Next, I'm going to make light bulbs on the right side of this wall. But instead of model the light bulbs like this, I'm going to use the traditional light bulb shape. Looks like this. And I'm going to show you using deformers to shape the models quickly. Create a sphere. and drag it to around this place. Enlarge it. Let's compare with the image side here. Oh, the lower part of the light bulb, it should be longer and look like this, but the top part, it should be round. Let's make sure we got enough vertex for the deformation. And yes, it has enough vertex. Okay, go back to object mode and select the model, select the sphere. Go to deform, lattice, just here, lattice. Maya will add a lattice outside of the model. And it looks like a box, a polygon cube. And there are some divisions on the cube. You can add more divisions by go to the channels here, add some divisions from this way and from this side. But actually we don't need that much. So let's go back to 2 by 2 by 2 and just add the divisions where we need. I think it should be this side. About, yeah, I think 5 is enough. Okay. If you select the lattice and right click, you can pick up the lattice point. And those are lattice points. They look like the vertex. When you move one of them, it will drag some part of the sphere surface like this. If you drag multiple lattice points, it will change the shape at the same time. So let's go to front view. Start to shape it by selecting the lower vertex, make it longer, and scale it down a little bit. Then select this part, lower the position, then maybe like this. Okay. Alright, let's delete history to keep the shape. Select model, edit, and delete by history. So we clear the lattice and we still keep the shape. If we hit 3, we go to the smooth shade mode. Okay, it looks better. I think we can still twist it a little bit. Select vertex and then select all the vertices here. If you hit B, you will activate the soft selection mode and hold down B and middle mouse click. There will be a circles to show you how far the soft selection will act. So hold B and drag a small circle around here and then scale it down a little bit to make it flat. And we can drag these 2 rows down a little bit. Okay, go back to object mode, or let's go to vertex mode again. Still twist it a little bit. Okay, it looks better. Then hit B again to cancel the soft selection mode. That's our light bulb. I'm going to make the lower part. We can just duplicate surface here. Select them and go to Add Mesh Duplicate. And duplicate. Yep, there is another object here. But yep, select, pick up it, and center pivot. enlarge it a little bit. Okay. Scale it up. Maybe drag it down. Oh, that's too much. Then use multi-cut tool and middlemost button to slip that in half. Then go back to vertex mode, scale them down. And by the way, you can fill the hole around here just by picking up one edge and go to mesh, fill hole, and it looks like there is the thickness here. And I want to make this part rounder a little bit. I'm going to use bevel command. Double click the edge here and use bevel and add some segments here that will round the edge. Do the same thing for here. Bevel, then add some divisions. Okay, it looks better. Select these two models and delete history. Then Ctrl G to group them together. Name it Light Bulb 01. Well, it's here. I think we add an extra group here. So let me select the light bulb 01 and Shift P to make it outside of the polysphere 1 group, and we can delete the empty group. Rotate the light bulb 90 degrees. Go to front view. Click the wireframe and shed it so that you can clearly see where the clock is and where the table is. So I think we get it. We have this light bulb too big. Scale it down. Then place it on the wall. Compare with my reference picture. Okay, I think that's good. Ctrl D to duplicate it. Drag it down. Shift D to duplicate it again. And we get 3 light bulbs on the wall. Yeah, that's it for light bulbs. Next, let's create the image frame here and the window here. Let's start with the image frame first. Create polycube. And, change the scale. And select the face. Go to extrude. Then offset it. We'll extrude it again by hitting G and offset it again. This time pushes it back. And that's extrude this face again. Extrude. Then push it back again. Okay. Place it on the wall. Turn on the wireframe, unshield it. Okay, how about here? Okay, it looks good. And we can use textures to decorate it in the future, but right now we just finished the model. And we use, I think, yeah, let's unlock the layer. Not this one. Yeah, unlock the layer and select the face of this wall and the extrude, offset it. Scale it like this to move it up a little bit. And extrude it again. This time, just push it out to make a depth. And I think I need a frame like this. So I'm going to use the surface around here. Go to Add Mesh, Duplicate. And click the empty space, go back to Object Mode, and select the face we just created. Center its pivot first. Then we drag it out and extrude it. Add the thickness outward. Reverse the normal. Go to Mesh Display, Reverse. Reverse the normal. And then I think I can add one more cut by holding down Control and add an edge loop here. Let's isolate this model. Go to Side View, or Front View actually, and select, I think, this side. Select the face of this side, yes. But not this four. Let's deselect them. Okay. Deselect them. Okay, just those face and extrude them out. Skip the isolate mode. We finished the window, and if we want to open it, like make this a hole, just delete the face here, so we can look through this window right now. Scale it down a little bit. Yep, like this. Then how about made a carpet for this room? Create the polygon cube, scaled up. it down on the floor. And keep on scaling it up, but hold down Control to lock the y-axis. Okay, I think that's big enough. And I want to make the edges round a little bit. So select these 4 edges. Go to bevel and add the segments for the bevels. Maybe scale it down a little bit. Okay. Okay, that's our carpet.